Hello friends, welcome to Dipansh video time, and today I'm going to show you how to make a tile scrolling platformer. This game is made by Griffpatch. You can find the tiles and the sprites by Griffpatch. Let me just show you which project you have to go inside. So you have to go inside the tile scrolling tutorial assets part 1 to 11. Let me play it and show it to you how it works. So you have a Mario sprite which is going to be going around and playing the game. You can control him by the arrow keys. Then you will have some tiles which you will be stepping on, and if you go inside an hole, you will then have to restart the whole game again, or should I say the level, because one level will be the first time you will be playing, so you'll go first to level 1. You can also save your own level. So now let me show it to you how to play it. You can control him by the arrow keys, and then there will be a small particle sprite when the player turns, and then you can just jump from the hole, and there's also collisions. The collisions will only be working when you'll be playing. I'll show you why. Now I'm going to the top of the game. This is just one place where you can just stop for a while, and then a good one of this. This is another space where you can go in my game, and the third space is the top of the game. So if you want to go to the third space, I'll show it to you. There, the top of the game. So now let me go inside the game and see it. Good. Now first let me go to my when flag click, because that's where everything starts. Now from the when flag click, you may not see somewhere the generate level and the clone level tiles broadcast, because this we will see in the tile sprite. But now let's just start from the Mario sprite. So when our flag is clicked, it's gonna broadcast the generate level, but don't forget to take the generate level. Yeah, that's our broadcast, but you have to take broadcast and wait block. The broadcast and wait block. Then it's gonna take a reset player and game loop block. This is a custom block you can find from my blog, the section. It's a section, and then make a list in variables called tile grid. We'll make use of that later. Now, first let's look at the reset player block. It's gonna look at the first of the player. So it's gonna look at the starting positions. So it's gonna actually do like this. When our reset player block is looking at our define reset player, it's gonna set minus tiny, make a new variable called minus tiny in all capital, and set it to minus 0.50 and 1, which is minus 0.000001. So 5 zeros and then 1. It's gonna set x 200 and y 200. So first make some variables. First make the minus tiny variable, then camera x and camera y, which is gonna be our camera sliders. Clone count x and clone count y. Editor, falling, fix the x, fix the y. Grid height, grid width, height, jumping, key walk, mod X, mod Y, player action, player frame, solid, speed X, speed Y, temp, chow, tall grid X, tall grid Y, and then tall index, width X and Y. So you're going to use a lot of variables. This game is also under progress, so I'm only going to say to you till part 6. Now, I'm going to set camera X to 0. Yeah. I'm going to set width to 8, set height to 24, set camera X to 240. Just take out the set camera X to 0 block here. And then set camera Y to 180, set jumping to 99 and set falling to 99. Then move camera. So first now let's see what the move camera block. Here. There. Define move camera. Set camera X to X, so it's gonna set camera X to our X position of Mario, and change camera Y by Y minus camera Y divided by 4. So it's gonna track the Y position much more smoother than the X position. Then if editor is greater than 0, you're gonna see this in the editor sprite. Limit camera X to 240 and 180, or else limit camera X to 272 and 180 for the Y. This is our limit camera edge X and edge Y. If camera X is less than edge X, then set camera X to edge X. Same for the camera Y. For the first two blocks, put the inputs to edge X, edge Y, edge X, and edge Y, but not for the camera X and camera Y. Now, for the left hand side of our game, which is the other side of our game, so the other side, the place where the player moves, it's gonna now, if camera is greater, so if our camera is greater than 32 times grid width minus edge X, then it's gonna set camera X to 32 times grid width minus edge X. Now same for the camera Y, but it's like this. Camera Y is greater than 32 multiplied by grid height minus edge Y. Then I'm gonna set camera Y to 32 times grid height minus edge Y. Now, let's look at the next one. So this next define block is going to be called game loop. So first let me find the game loop. There. Good. We found the game loop block. Reset player. Game loop. Then it's so simple, but the order is important. Define game loop forever. First, broadcast check controls. Second, broadcast move player. And then third, broadcast position tiles. First, let's look at the move player block, because the position tiles is in the tile sprite and check controls is in our control sprite. So when I receive move player, if editor is greater than 0, then handle God mode, or else handle keys left right, handle keys jump, move right X, Y, move right X, and move right Y, check around player, and outside just put move camera and paste sprite. First, let's look at our handle God mode. So handle handle God mode. The handle God mode, right? So, handle God mode. Let me just find the handle God mode. Good, found it. And for define handle God mode, I'm gonna change speed x by 6 times x-axis of controls, change speed y by 6 times y-axis of controls. So it's gonna go to the x-axis and the y-axis. I'm just in the check controls, right? So like that. Now after that, it's gonna set speed x to 0.7 times speed x. Okay. After this, you'll see when I press out my keys, it's gonna fade in the speed. Look, when I take it out, see that without even a key, it's gonna go further a little. That's what this is for. And times speed x and 0.7 times speed y. Then change x by speed x and change x by speed y. Now, the second word was our game loop in our move player script. The second one is handle keys left right. Handle keys left right is a long one, so this will take some kind of explain. Good. So define handle keys left right. Set player action to walk. So this is our player walk action. The Mario going further. And I'm gonna set key walk to the x-axis of controls. The x-axis of controls. Now I'm gonna, if key walk is equal to 0, then I'm gonna put an if fallen is less than 2, and then if else speed x is greater than 0.4, then change speed x by minus 0.4, else if speed x is less than minus 0.4, change speed x by 0.4, set speed x to 0 and set player frame to 0. Just remember that the key walk is an if else because there's an if else here. Point in direction 90 times key walk. So it's gonna times 90 times the key walk sprite and the variable. And then if key walk times speed x is less than 10, then if key walk times speed x is less than 0, then change speed x by key walk times 0.8. And if falling is less than 2, then I'm gonna set player action to turn. See this. The turn. Then the particle sprite comes. Then I'm gonna look at the make skip smoke. Or else change speed x by key walk times 0.4. There. This is our move. Set them to absolute number of speed x divided by 19. If temp is less than 0.2, set time to 0.2 and change player frame by temp. Good. Now quickly, let's just look at our make skip smoke define block. So let me find it first. Where is make smoke? Here. Good. Change player frame by 1 in define make skip smoke. Change. Now if player frame mod 3 is less than 1, then create clone of particle. Now just before that, in my blocks, how to make a block. Press the make a block button and then you just put it. Except the game loop, everything should be in the run without screen refresh. It should be there. Now let's just continue. So this will create clone of the particles, right? The make skip smoke. Now the next one is Let me first see. Handle keys jump. From here. Here. Now, define handle keys jump. Change speed y by -2. If speed y is less than negative 22, 222 will be a lot. Set speed y to -22, so it cannot go below -22. If up of controls is greater than 0, if falling is less than 2 or jumping is greater than 0, change jumping by 1, and if jumping is less than 11, set speed y to 13 and then set jumping to 0. So this should have an effect of something like this. Don't worry about the doubt, I will go through it very quickly. Now, next one is move sprite X and move sprite Y. Then check around players. So, and oops, I now know where it goes. Let me just find it. Great, found it. Let's just first look at the move sprite X. Change X by speed X. Fix collision in direction dx, speed x, dy 0. If solid is greater than 0, then I'm going to set speed x to 0. Now, define move sprite y. Change y by speed y. Change falling by 1. Fix collision in direction dx 0 and dy speed y. If solid is greater than 0, and if speed y is less than 0, set falling to 0, and I'm going to set jumping to 99 and set speed y to 0. Good. Now the next one was check around player. No, it's right below here. It's quite fast. So if y is less than 0, then reset player. Yeah, that's simple. Now the next one in our list is the move camera. We already went through that. So now let's look at the paint sprite define block. So right here. Now, define paint sprite. It's gonna go to x minus camera x and y minus camera y. Now if falling is less than 1 and also if speed y is greater than 0, then I'm gonna switch costume to Mario Jump or else switch costume to Mario Walk 3. So this has an effect of the jumping. So when you see the Mario's hand on right the middle, then that means it is in Mario Walk 3. So if you see over here, there, it's right on the middle, Mario Walk 3. Good. Now, then stop the script. There. If player action equals to turn, I'm going to switch costume to Mario turn and then stop the script. And also, I'm going to switch costume to 1 plus floor of player frame mod 4. So it basically means 1 plus the floor of the player frame modulus 4. So this is the one of our player movement. So when you see the player's leg moving, that is the effect of switch costume 2. And now, when you see Mario turning, that is the Mario turn. There. Good. Now, let's check if we have completed the script because we still have some more to go. Okay. We looked at paint sprite already. So now, let's see if we have missed anything. Aha! We missed the fixed collision in direction dx and dy. Now let's look at this. Define fixed collision in direction dx, the input of dx, dy, and the input of dy with run without screen refresh. I'll just show you. So it has a run without screen refresh, and this is the block. Okay, now I'm gonna set fixed dx to dx and set fixed dy to dy with the input variables. And I'm gonna set solid to black because now after that we are gonna set solid to 10 somewhere. You will see. Fixed collision at point x, x minus width, and y is y minus height. Fixed collision at point x and y. Now fixed collision at point x minus width, and for y, y plus height. Now, for the other one, it's going to be quite this. Fixed collision at point x plus width plus minus tiny, and y minus height. And I'm also going to fix collision at point x plus width plus minus tiny, and y. And also fixed collision at point x plus width plus minus tiny, and y plus height. Now, when you go to here, this should do something like this. So it should be standing on the corner of the box. So now when you see, so when I go to the corner of the block, our tau, see that it is still standing, and then it falls. Or without the minus tiny, it would be falling from there already. Now let's see which one we have missed. We already looked at that. Forgot. Get tau at. Now, get tau at x, an input of x, and y, an input of y. So it should be looking like this with run without screen refresh. For an input of the circle one, first add an input and then add a label. So like this, first type get tau at x, add an input, add then label, and add an input again. Good. Now set tau grid x to floor of x divided by 32 and set tau grid y to floor of y divided by 32. Set tau index to 1 plus tau grid y plus tau grid x times grid height. Set tau grid y less than 0, set tau to blank. Set tau to item tau index of tau grid. You will see it in the editor sprite. Now, after this, let's look at another one. Okay, so are we done with everything? I think. Let me find. Okay, we're done. Now let's move on to our tau sprite. So, as you've seen over in our Marrow sprite, when flag clicked, clone level taus. There, clone level taus. Now let me move a little closer. Good. So now when I receive clone level taus, I'm gonna set size to 200, not 100, or it's gonna be a lot small. Set clone count x to 16 and set clone count y to 13. If you do any less than this, it's not gonna fill the whole screen. And then it's gonna straightly go to the setup. Now, define setup. Show. So it's first gonna show set tau index to 1, set tau x to 16, repeat clone count x. So it's gonna repeat clone count x, set the y to 16. Repeat clone count y, create clone of myself, change star y by 32. Okay, I'm not saying that change star y by 10 like it's always in our motion. I'm not saying that because or else it's gonna go only a little up and then it's not gonna look like it's a whole screen. Change tile index by 1, so it's gonna go to tile index row 2. Change the x by 32. Change the index by grid height minus clone count y height and set tile index to blank. But after a lot of this tile index, what is the tile index? Let's look at the editor. So now, this is our editor. So as we have a defined generate level, so this whole thing over here, the generate level, add box column and add wall column are equaling to this whole place. So this is equaling to the width and the height where it's going to go. Now, don't be surprised if you'll see a bug, like it should be somewhere around the middle. That happened to me. Don't be scared. Right? Now define generate level. Delete all of tile grid. So first let me show you the tile grid one. There, tile grid. Set grid width to 100 and set grid height to 40. Add wall column. Repeat grid width minus 2. Add boxed column. So add wall column. For add wall column, it's just gonna repeat grid height at 10. So you won't be seeing it, but when I go to editor mode, this is the add wall column. You cannot see it in the game, but you can see it when you're in editor mode. I'm gonna define add wall column. Yeah, you already done that. Now define the add boxed column. Add 7 to tile grid. So first, it's gonna add 7 to tile grid, then add 2 to tile grid, then add 10 to tile grid. So this is 7. This is tile number 7. The floor one. Great. Now, let's go back to our tile sprite. Good. Now, first let us go to the when I receive position tiles. It's a very long script. Okay. If tile index equals to blank, then editor brush. I'm gonna show you the editor brush later on. Or else I am going to actually wait. Is it working? Now, after this, I am going to if add of tile x minus camera x is greater than clone count x times minus 16, then I'm gonna take an if else block of tile x less than camera x, then loop tile x clone count x. Yeah, loop tile x. Make a new block called loop tile x. The loop tile x block. And then or else loop tile x 0 minus clone count x. Now, if absolute number of tile y minus camera y is greater than clone count y times 16, then if tile y is less than camera y, then loop tile y is the clone count y. Else loop tile y is 0 minus clone count y. Yeah, good. After that, set tile to item tile index of tile grid. Switch custom to big for the scrolling. Go to tile x minus camera x and y, tile y minus camera y. If tile is less than 2, set tile to 2. If or else if tile is equal to 20 or tile is equal to 24, then I'm going to change tile y by floor of timer times 8 modulus 4. Then simply switch costume to tile. Great. Now, what we have left, we have our, whoa, we only have 2 and 8. Loop tile x, tile skip, make and block. Loop tile x, tile skip with refresh. Change tile x by tile skip times 32. Change tile index by tile skip times grid height. Yeah, that's what loop tile x times tile skip. Now, define loop tile y, tile skip. Change tile y by tile skip times 32. Change tile index by tile skip. There. So simple, right? This is our enemy. I'm not going to be coding it. Our editor. But just before that, let's do a quick test. Is everything is working? We can put our blocks. Okay, great. Now let's go to our editor sprite. Yeah, I like sounds. Now, was it? Yep. When I receive generate level, found it. When I receive generate level, set editor to 0, set brush to 0, set choose and brush to 10. If length of tile grid equals to 0, generate level. So this will happen. But we already went through 3 of this. Yeah, 3 of this. We already went through of them. So first, let's go to define next brush key. Make a new list called tile key map. Repeat length of tile key map. If chosen brush is less than length of tile key map, then change chosen brush by 1 or else set chosen brush to 1. If item chosen brush of tile key map equals to key, you can also take out the input. The input you can also take out them. Stop the script. Yeah, there. Simple. When okay, let me just find all of the when key press blocks. Now, wait. Oh, when key pressed, next brush 1. Just when 2 key pressed, when 3 key pressed, when 4 key pressed, and when 3 key pressed again, just put next brush to the number of the key pressed. There. Now, when E pressed, set chosen brush to tau. Oh yeah, I forgot that we also have an eyedropper. So this is our eyedropper. So, I'm just gonna get it. Now, we also have an eyedropper. So when we click the E, then put it somewhere else, set it changes with the tau. When 0 key pressed, if editor is greater than 0, set editor to 0 or else set editor to 1. That's simple. And when I receive move player, we are just gonna borrow the move player. Receive move player if editor is less than 1 stop the script. Get the at mouse x plus camera x, y mouse y plus camera y. If not mouse down, then set brush to 0 or else stop the script. If brush is equaling to 0 and if tau is equaling to chosen brush, then set brush to 2 or else set brush to chosen brush. Replace item tau index of tau grid with brush. Yeah. Now, particles. I know this is going to be a lot long, but stay with me if you want to be a lot strong. When flat click, set frame to blank, set size to 200, hide. When I start as a clone, set frame to 1, set x to x of Mario, set y to y of Mario, and as 20. Now, when I see position tiles, if frame equals to 0, 0 or blank, then stop the script. If not, frame is less than 3, then delete this clone. Go to x minus camera x and y minus camera y. Switch costume to floor of frame. Show and then change frame by 0.4. Control. So simple. When you shift check control, set left to key left arrow, set right to right arrow, set up to up arrow, set down to down arrow, set x-axis to right minus left, set y-axis to up minus down. Yeah. Level store. This is just our level storing. I'm not done with it fully, but I can show it to you how much I've done. Yeah. Define right value delimiter letter. Set encoded to join value letter. The low level and level hashtag, don't do it. I'll look at it in the next time. Define save level hashtag. Set encoded to blank. Write 1 in value and delimiter score. Write value, grid width, delimiter or underscore. Write value, grid height, delimiter underscore. Set tau index to 1. Set tau to item tau index of tau grid. Set length to 0. Repeat grid height. Repeat grid width. Grid width is under repeat grid height. Yeah. If length is less than 26 and tau equals to item tau index of tau grid, then change length by 1. Or else, if tau is equal to 2, set tau to blank. Write value tau delimiter item length A to Z. Set tau to item index of tau grid. Set length to 1. Change tau index by 1 minus grid width times grid height. Write value tau delimiter item length A to Z. Repeat level hashtag minus length of level store. Add 0 to level store. Replace item level hashtag with encoded. Great. This is the end of this video. Join me in the next video to continue after the define low level hashtag. Thanks. See you in the next video.